Hi, this is Barbra Dillon with Fanbase Press. I am here with writer and creator Simon Birks. We are here at the Top Cow booth for yes.
We're in the depths of the Top Cow.
We are indeed. It's very exciting. And we're here, Simon, to talk about your new comic book series with Top Cow and Image, Antarctica. For those who may be unfamiliar, what can you tell us about the premise of the series?
The tagline is that STARGATE meets his Dark Materials. It's more than that, obviously. It's a sci-fi mystery. A girl called Hannah, her dad sort of works in some shady military sort of operation in Antarctica, and where he's always going off and working for long stints, and then she really enjoys it when he comes back home after these stints, but one day he doesn't, and that sort of sets her, she goes off the rails a bit, but finally she's helped by a friend get back on the rails and kind of retrain up to be an engineer, and unfortunately then something happens, and then that person isn't there anymore, and then it's quite tragic. I mean, that's not, so she decides, okay, I can find my father. That's something I need to focus on, and so she applies to the same company that her father worked for, gets a job there, and goes out to the same station. And as soon as she arrives, some weird stuff happens. And that's how we leave. That's how it sort of ends on issue 1. But the whole thing is just this. Then it sort of speeds up, and it's kind of all set in Antarctica over the course of a very short period of time. But yeah, it's exciting stuff.
And you're releasing it here at San Diego Comic-Con, which is where we are right now. You've got issue 2 coming up very soon. What can you tell us about where we pick up in issue 2 and overall how many issues we have total for the series?
It's a 5-issue series. We pick up number 2, again, exactly where we left off number 1, because there's a big sort of thing you don't see coming at the end of issue 1. And then, so issue 2 picks up from there. And basically, Hannah and the crew of one of the stations, one of the Antarctic stations, they try and flee. And then towards the end of issue 2, there's another revelation, and it turns again. So it's a very twisty-turny thing, certainly for me, anyway.
Love it. And what can you tell? The artwork is phenomenal, as well as the story. What can you tell us about working, in a shared creative process with your artists?
Yes. So Woody Roberts, who is the main artist for Antarctica, we know him from Blue Fox Comics that we run in the UK. He's done several of our comics, and it's really nice to have been able to bring him on board with this pitch, and thus the whole book itself. It's something that we wanted to do as part of Blue Fox, is really, should we get anywhere, to bring the artists that we've used and who've been loyal to us and just work well with us, bring them with us. And that's true for Woody, who does all the fantastic art, and also for Lyndon White, who does the letters and also does cover B for issue 1 as well. It was super important for me to be able to, just be that rising tide, shall we say.
Absolutely. And issue 1 really is phenomenal. I can't wait for issue 2 coming out very soon. You mentioned Blue Fox Comics, which is the comic book publisher that you and your wife Mariel run. For those who may be unfamiliar, what can you tell us about what kinds of books you like to publish under the label?
Gosh.
Tough questions.
Yeah, what books don't... We publish books that we like, I think is the crux of it. Art-wise, we tend to go for quirky type art, interesting art, but also, but we have a whole, plethora of books. We initially started just publishing our books, but then as time moved on, we started, people submitted stuff to us, like Lyndon as well, submitted stuff to us, and at that point we thought, we can actually grow this into maybe something more. And so it's really a whole different sorts of genres, different sort of age groups, and different sort of art styles, but it's just, I think, blow my own trumpet, but it's sort of people our backers on Kickstarter, because we use Kickstarter a lot, will come back and they'll back our projects because of the quality of the writing, and we go for character-driven stories with a lot of depth and a lot of feeling. This is the point. Is one of the things which I've had with Antarctica. A chap came up yesterday and said he really liked it, and it was a book that made him feel something. I expect it was sadness. And then, and he hadn't felt that for a long time, he said, in comics. So that's a real big win for me, because that's what we're going for. And I think it's a comic book which people, it's different than maybe your mainstream normal comic. It approaches things differently. So, yeah, but it's been received really well.
Wonderful. And in addition to the wonderful work that you're doing at Blue Fox Comics, you also recently launched the new company, Fox Red Comics. What can you tell us about your new release coming up with this new company?
Well, Fox Red Comics is being headed by my wife, Marielle, and it's the first comic, which is running on Kickstarter right now, is called Seventh Sister. And again, it's drawn by a lady called Marjorie Yokomitsu, who happens also, again, we've used before. She did the book Fishing Memories, which is about Alzheimer's that we publish. She also happens to, she's doing the variant cover for issue 5 for Antarctica, which is really nice too. But yeah, it's sort of it's just an interesting. It's a different thing from what I've written before. It's a tale of one of the seven. There's the 7 stars in the sky, the 7 sisters, and one of them, basically, their parents. A black hole is coming and wants to sacrifice, and they said, okay, just take our youngest daughter. It's fine. We don't take us. Take our youngest daughter, and she says no and runs. And there's a lot of familial sort of tensions there, but it's fun as well. It's light and not light at the same time. But yeah, it's just pretty. I think we had a great review. Someone saying, you don't so much as look at the pages as you sort of swim in the beautifulness of the pages, because they are absolutely lovely. So, yeah, that's what it's about.
Excellent. Well, Simon, if folks would like to check out your work on Antarctica, and as well as your work on Blue Fox Comics and Fox Red Comics, what is the best way to find you online, whether it's website or social media?
So Blue Fox Comics is just bluefoxcomics.com. You'll find us on there. We have a link tree, which is also Blue Fox Comics. Personally, for me, it's, again, Linktree S. Birks Writer. You'll find me and links to various things there. Fox Red, I think it's the same thing. We have a Fox Red Comics Linktree. And again, it's called Fox Red Comics on Instagram and Twitter. So, yeah, I think that's everything. I was going to say, I don't think I said it, but it's final order cut-off for number 2 of Antarctica Monday. So just let people aware of that.
So that's Monday, July 24th. Keep an eye on the date. Go to your local comic book shop and pre-order a copy of issue 2. Simon, thank you so much for chatting with me.
Thank you very much for sitting in the behind the scenes.
The bowels of Top Cow, as it were. Well, you can find more interviews like this one at fanbasepress.com. And thank you for watching.